And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Chicago Cubs and the Milwaukee Brewers. First pitch coming your way next. Just about set to go now. And towing the slab in this one, Freddie Peralta.
Four-pitch guy. He's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe second, third time through the order and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your toes.
In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Makes the grab, and there's one down. Here's a look at the Cubs lineup. And with their ace on the mound today, they're just looking to provide him a little bit of run support, and they'll see what they can do for him.
Boog, you have to be really careful when you've got a guy like this on the mound for you to not become a spectator. You know that he doesn't give up a whole lot, but sometimes guys get a little too comfortable and don't have an urgency to score runs. You have to make sure you put him in a situation where he can get the W, but also you guys can cruise to the finish line and not have to worry about a comeback in the end.
One down, base is empty. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Seiya Suzuki digs in now. The 1-1. And another ball.
You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Here's a 2-1. And a strike in there. Missed with a changeup, and the count is filled up.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
And that one is lifted in the air. Chourio settles underneath it. And that is that. Cubs 0, Brewers coming up to hit. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. And we're back. And today's starting pitcher, Shota Imanaga.
It's got that splitter, and it's a pitch that swings and misses, come fast, and they come often. Very difficult to pick up out of his hand.
Bottom of the first. This is Bryce Terang. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. That one fouled off, 2-2.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away. Now, there's a small sigh of relief right there. I mean, just to keep that speed off the base paths. It's not just the pitcher. It's other guys that have to think about it. From your infielders have to think about that runner potentially stealing, but also be in position to make a play. As an outfielder, you're thinking about a base hit to the outfield. I got to get to it quickly to try to keep this guy from taking an extra base. So I think everyone just a little more relaxed that he didn't reach base.
Nope.
Inside just missed. The 2-1.
Ball 3.
Right through there for a strike.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
And here it comes. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And that gets down into the gap. Now he'll turn for second. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Everything came together for him. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that dunk.
And now it's Christian Yelich. Man at second. And that one popped to short. Swanson gets there. He's under it. And there's 2 down. Let's take a look at the Brewers lineup. All right, Siggy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else, it's very intelligent the way that they use their team, and I think it creates a little bit of uncertainty for opposing teams, especially in a big game, big series.
And a pitch. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. Milwaukee leaves one. Scoreless after one. Swatted 3 loaded songs when their hands was out. Hope you dudes in the street wearing Teflon. If they don't like Frosty, then I'ma give them F-Spawn. Go ahead and watch me. Back here at American Family Field, Ian Happ up to hit.
Number 8, Ian Happ.
The 1-1. That one ripped, but foul. Pitch misses, and it's 2-2. Ed Drummond, our umpire behind the plate in this one.
Yeah, Boogie's a really fair umpire, both the pitchers and the hitters. So standard strike zone, he's consistent with it. And the great thing is you don't see players questioning the calls too much. So that's a good thing in this day and age.
And that one handled. Whips it across. 1 out in the second.
That is it. The third baseman, Isaac Paredes.
Isaac Paredes now. This to third. Ortiz. The throw to first. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second.
Batting 6, the designated hitter, Mike.
Here's Mike Tauchman. And the pitch. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The wind and the pitch. Fly ball center field. Mitchell really on his horse for it. Got it. Nice grab. And that is that. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom of the second. Up now for Milwaukee, Jackson Chourio. The pitch. And a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Out to short. Swanson sends it to first. That's 1 out, the bottom of the second.
Batting 6, the first baseman, Jake Bauers.
Now here's Jake Bauers. Second inning here, no score. Swing and a miss.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
That one lifted to left. Happ moving under it. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
Batting 7, the designated hitter,
And the batter now is Rhys Hoskins. He is very much your typical power hitter. I'd say he falls into the 3 true outcomes category.
Well, we've seen more and more of that lately. The ability to drive the ball to slug is getting heavily favored over any discipline or strikeout concerns.
So now 1-2 to Rhys. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. That one misses. 2-2. 2 out, space is empty. Two outs. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Nobody left for Milwaukee. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Top half of the 3rd inning. So up now for Chicago, Michael Busch.
Michael Busch.
The 1-2. That one missed.
Ball 2.
Got him swinging. Gassed it right by him.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Dansby Swanson stands in. Swing and a high fly ball deep left field. Dives, but it falls. And now it looks like extra bases. Around second now, going for 3. The relay, not in time. He's safe.
He was all over that one. Put a pretty good swing on that one as he drove it out to deep left. Didn't quite have the right combination of launch angle and exit velocity to get it over the fence, but you're never going to be disappointed with extra bases. Now let's see if they can put up the first run of the game.
And now it's Miguel Amaya. And a 1-1. This one in the air, center field. Mitchell under it. He's got it. Runner tags from 3rd. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
Nico Horner.
Here's Nico Horner. Two down, nobody on. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. On the ground, out to short. To first. That ends the frame. So they get 1 run on 1 base hit, no errors, no one left. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Cubs 1 and the Brewers 0. Back here in Milwaukee, here's the center fielder, Garrett Mitchell. And a count 1-2.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
The wide to kick the pitch. And there's a ball.
2 strikes.
Goes down looking.
Well, big strikeout right there, and maybe a little controversial with the call. I think he got a little bit of favor on the mound, no question about it. It's not exactly what you want to see in a big spot like that, and I'm sure there's some chirping going on from the dugout, making it clear that wasn't his best call behind the plate today.
Next for the Brewers, Joseph Ortiz. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. One and two here. And another ball.
2-2 to count.
One down, base is empty. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Two now. And he hits a ground ball right side, and it goes just foul. And now the lefty fights it off. He'll see another. That one almost got him.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
And the pitch stays alive. Grinding AB right here, about to see pitch number 10. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak going.
Here's the leadoff man for the Brewers, Bryce Terang. And he deals. And a foul ball. Off the mark there, and the count is 2-2. Two down, nobody on. On the ground, Paredes. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Brewers go down quietly. They still trail 1-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the fourth, Cody Bellinger. Swing and a miss. Going to count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Wouldn't chase that time. The punch out there. Now 1 away. Next to hit, Seiya Suzuki. Base is empty, 1 away. Top half of inning number 4. And the right-hander deals. Fouls it off, still 1-2. One down, base is empty. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Got him swinging.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
And a 3-2. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
A great back and forth, and that is bad. He had to lay off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
Happ leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Now that's a base hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Recognized the break on that pitch early, and that allowed him to keep his front shoulder in. You know, it's easy to bail on those front door breaking balls, but a great job right there of letting it travel, then unloading a nice balanced swing.
So 2 on with 2 away. And next is the designated hitter, Mike Tauchman. That misses off the outside edge. Two on, 2 outs. High fly ball lifted into air right field. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. So they strand a pair. And midway in the 4th, it's the Cubs 1 and the Brewers nothing. And we're back, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now it's William Contreras. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. And there's 1 down.
Up next from Milwaukee, the left fielder, Christian.
Now it's Christian Yelich. This guy makes great contact, one of the best in the game at putting bat on ball.
He's got such quick hands, and he's gaining pitch recognition. That keeps him square to the plate. There's a good chance that his bat stays in the zone a long time, and that produces solid contact consistently.
The 1-2. Next offering is outside. Trying to hold a 1-run lead. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Gets a piece and stays alive. The pitch. Swings and misses. Struck him out. Willie Adames stands in. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. 2 outs. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have range and close holes that are normally there against an average defender. But this guy is special, and you can see it in his first step quickness.
Up the middle. On to first, and Milwaukee is set down in order. Nobody left for Milwaukee, and it remains 1-0. Back here at American Family Field, all set for the start of the inning. So up now for Chicago, Michael Busch. Strike on the inside corner.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Mitchell going after it. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's one away.
The batter, number 7.
Dansby Swanson, the next Cub to hit.
Swanson, former first-round pick by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Vanderbilt player in college, College World Series player, all that good stuff, but really coming into his own.
Way out front for strike 2.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
1 out, base is empty. And that just misses.
It's a good take.
On the ground to the left. Sends it across to first, and Swanson is set down.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Now the Cubs catcher, Miguel Amaya. Hammered, base hit. And that turns the lineup over.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
So digging in, Nico Horner. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Two outs. Got swinging, and that'll do it. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Cubs 1 and the Brewers nothing. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now it's the right fielder, Jackson Chourio. Looking to get the tying run on base. And that's in there at the knees. Here comes a pitch. And it's filled up.
Now on this 3-ball count, down in the ball game, you've got to be very selective. Take your walk if they'll give it to you.
And a pitch. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Kicks and deals. Foul ball, and it remains a full count.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Payoff pitch. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So he battled through a long at bat and earned himself a hit.
The first baseman, number 9.
Dominant performance for him today, Boo. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced, so I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
Jake Bauers up now for the Brewers. The pitch. Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Shota to second, back to first, and that is a double play.
Great job on the mound, fielding his position and making a good throw to second to get the double play started. Far too often we see pitchers have a hard time with that throw, but no issues right there. That's good practice paying off in a game and resulting in 2 big outs.
And it's Rhys Hoskins up to the dish.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
Holding on to a 1-run lead, last half of inning number 5.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
2 down, nobody on. And a swing and a miss. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3.
Can't trust that life online. Now you want that.
We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Aaron Ashby.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Well, 1-run game. Bellinger up to hit. The wind of the pitch. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. All right, Chris, when you talk about great logos, the Milwaukee Brewers, the M and the B that form a glove, not everyone even realizes that it's an M and a B with that glove. They started using it in 1978 and have been using it a lot more recently. It's a great logo, Chris.
Yeah, Boog, I remember as a kid, my brother had that ball cap, and I would just kind of borrow it. Some would say steal it, but it was just such a cool looking logo. I had no idea until years later that that's what was hidden on the inside of it, that M and that B, but very, very cool.
1 up, 1 down.
Now batting, right fielder.
And up next for Chicago, Seiya Suzuki. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. That one ripped. And it's a 1-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. And into second with 1 away. That's a double. If you're playing right now, tweet out, I was this many days old when I found out the Brewers glove logo is an M and a B. Hashtag MLB the show. Because I guarantee you there are people playing right now that had no idea there was an M and a B in that logo.
That's a great point.
Ian Happ, the next to hit. Man at second. Hard ground ball, base knock. Around third. Fires it to the plate. He'll score easily. And they lead by 2.
Comes through with the RBI. Nice swing to drive that pitch up the middle. Could have easily been out in front on the off speed and pulled off of it, but he was looking to use the big part of the field, and he executed his plan perfectly.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. Isaac Paredes, the next Cub to hit. The pitch. And it's even up. I think it's one of the best all time. An art student at UW Eau Claire created it. It is super creative, and I think one of the better logos we have in the sport. And here it comes. Out there to center. Has a beat on it. Adames snags it.
Yeah, that's a tough play for the infielder, ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where are you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
Man at first, Mike Tauchman, the next Cub to hit. Happ off of first with 2 away.
Hey!
And that's down and away. Kicks and fires. To the right side, Terang. They take the force out, and that is that. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit, and it's 2-zip. Back after this on the show. Back here in Milwaukee, bottom of the 6th. And now the center fielder, Garrett Mitchell. Mitchell
got?
checks his swing, appeal to third. He did not go around. Two and one now.
Well, on paper, it's favorable to have a fairly quick inning here with 2 of the 3 hitters he's set to face batting from the left side, same side he throws from.
Still 2 and 2 after the foul ball. And a pitch. That one off the mark. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Yeah, there's ball 4.
That could jumpstart an offense that's really struggled to score in this one. Don't want to wake a team up with the free pass.
Joseph Ortiz up now for the Brewers. Tying run at the plate. And another ball.
Oh, an interesting situation. One swing you can tie up the ball game, but if you're patient and work a walk, then you bring the game-winning run to the plate. With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Now all even up. Now this is in the air down the line. Suzuki on the move. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 1 down.
Excellent play out there, and he does it in a huge spot. That wall, it can very easily jar the ball loose when you bang into it, so that could have been a really different outcome.
Next for Milwaukee, Bryce Terang. Snap throw to first. Mitchell dives back in safely. Lefty continues to work, but the closer getting loose in the bullpen. Right back to the mound. Could be an easy 2. Over to Swanson. He turns it. The double play ends it right here.
A little sigh of relief for the pitcher there, ending the ball game with a nice double play. You always love when you can get 2 for 1, especially when it wraps up the ball game. Nice win for this team today.
2-0 your final here in this one. The Cubs go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.